Moving to the next topic, that is scientific principles of management. Okay, so just like Henry Fayol's principles, the other scientific management theories, that is F.W. Taylor, also given some principles which are popularly known as scientific principles of management. Okay, so before going for the actual principles, just let me go through what is that scientific management is. We know what is principles, so just let me go through what is scientific management is about. So scientific management is nothing but taking managerial decisions with science, which means applying scientific approach in decision making. In F.W. Taylor's words, so we can say knowing exactly what you want your men to do and to see it they are doing in a best and cheapest way. Okay, so in his words, knowing exactly what you want your men to do and seeing that whether they are doing in a best and cheapest way or not, which is nothing but obviously efficiently or not. Okay, so moving towards some of the principles given by this person, F.W. Taylor. Okay, and also is popularly known as father of scientific management. Okay, father of general management is F.W. Taylor. Father of scientific management is father of general management is Henry Fayol. Father of scientific management is F.W. Taylor. Scientific management father is. Okay, so he has given some principles, so which can improve the performance of manager. So very first thing, that is science not rule of thumb. Science not rule of thumb. What is rule of thumb? So rule of thumb means, so you are not allowed to solve the problem in a same manner or in a traditional way. Which means earlier managers used to solve in a particular manner and you are not allowed to approach the same manner. Okay, you should see every element from the scientific eye. You are not allowed to take decisions on blind faith. Okay, so you should not the decision should not be based on blind approach. Always you should go through scientific approach, which means cause and effect relationship. So if I am going to do this, what is the effect of this? If I am going to take this decision, what is the effect of that decision? So always you should go for the scientific approach, not for blind approach. And you should find a best way of doing a task. Always in an organization or in any case, there will be one best method, or whenever you are having some alternatives, there will be one method which is the best among the alternatives. So you should find, or you should particularly find that, and you should implement that method among the alternatives. You should find the best method, and that should be adopted. Okay, that is what. Then one more thing, you are not allowed to use trial and error approach. Okay, suppose you are having a bunch of keys, you are not allowed to go for one and another. So if you are trying one, if it is not working, going for another, that is not working, if going for another, it is not like that. Scientific approach means you are having a problem, you are going to exact solution. Okay, so that is what science not a rule of thumb. Okay, rule of thumb stands for traditional way of solving the problems or routine way of solving the problems, whereas scientific approach is always based on, or you are going to take decision on cause and effect relationship. So that is what the first principle. Then second thing, harmony not discord. Harmony not discord, not conflict. Discord stands for conflict or disputes. So in an organization, usually there will be group of persons, and majorly two group of people will be. One is management, another one workers. And always these both groups used to think negatively on each other. Always workers used to feel that they are working more, okay, but they are paid less salary. And on the other hand, management used to feel that they are paying more salary, but they are getting less work from the employees. Okay, so they should not think like that. They should shift their approach from negative way to positive approach. Okay, they should think, they should develop positive thinking on each other. Okay, which means they should realize the importance of each other. Okay, the prosperity of organization lies in the prosperity of employees. So management should think in such manner. On the other hand, workers also should think the prosperity of employees lies in the prosperity of management. Okay, that is what. And then always they should work with the cooperation and proper understanding. Okay, between both management and worker, there should be a proper understanding and cooperation. Okay, so just I want to give an example of a Japanese work culture. In Japan, if at all they want to go for strike, so they are going to wear a black badge and they are going to work for more than the normal hours. Okay, so whereas as a result of that they want to create sympathy. Okay, if at all they want to go for strike, so they will wear a badge, black badge, and they will work for more hours than the normal working hours. That is the way of doing strikes there. So which means that should not affect on the organization. So such methods, both employer and employee, both management and employees should work in such a manner that should not hurt the organizational objective. Okay, that is what harmony, not discord. Always there should be harmonious relationship between the employees and management. Okay, they should realize how important each other to achieve the organizational goals. So that is about harmony, not discord. So moving to the next one, that is cooperation, not individualism. Cooperation, not individualism. Always in organization there will be some kind of competition. That should not be. Okay, always competition should be replaced with cooperation. As I told, there should be proper understanding between the employees and employer. It is just an extension of the second principle. Okay, cooperation, not individualism, is just an extension form of second principle, that is harmony, not discord, which says in this particular principle, F.W. Taylor insists us that there must be cooperation between the management and employees. You should create confidence among the employees, which means you want to take a decision. If you want to take a decision, you should consider their suggestions also. Okay, you should value their suggestions. If they are going to come up with good ideas, good suggestions, so you should value them and you should reward them with good rewards. Okay, so that they should take initiative in a further way. And one more thing, in tough situations, people should work for the organization and organization should share the gains with the employees. Okay, if organization having more profits, so organization or management should share the profits with the employees. On the other hand, they too should not go for unnecessary strikes and they should not put unreasonable demands. Okay, that is all about the cooperation, not individualism. Moving to the last or fourth principle given by the F.W. Taylor, that is development of workers to his or her greatest efficiency. One of the important key aspect in any organization's success is so how efficiently your employees are working. So to get efficient work from the employee, so what you need to do is you need to give them proper training right from the selection stage. So you must involve scientific selection of employees, scientific selection of methods. Okay, so that should be. So in such cases you can get more work. And one more thing, as and when it requires, you should provide timely training to the employees, so that they can work in a better manner. Okay, which means always you should keep right person at right place. Okay, you should recruit the right person who is having enough capabilities to give justice to the job. Okay, if not, you cannot get the efficiency from the worker. Okay, and you should allot the work according to his mental and physical fitness. Okay, if the work requires physical power in nature, so you should allot the work to the person who is good at physically. And if it is mental, if it demands mental abilities, you should allow, or you should give the work to the person who is mentally strong. Okay, so you should give the work according to the suitability. Okay, that is what. Okay, always you should select the employees and you should provide the timely training to them. Okay, so you should get maximum efficiency. Nothing but they should be able to do the task in a less cost and less time. Okay, that is what this fourth principle is all about. Okay, development of worker to his or her greatest efficiency. Okay, so success of any organization lies in the point of how efficiently you are going to get the work done. Okay, that is about the principles of F.W. Taylor. Okay, so whereas in case of harmony not discard, so we just what we need to do is we just have to create mental revolution. We just need to bring some change in the attitudes of both employer and employee, both manager and workers. They should realize the importance of each other. Okay, so prosperity of one other involves in the prosperity of another. So they should realize that. So that is what about the principles of in reform. So in the next class we will go for the some of the scientific techniques which is given by F.W. Taylor. Till then, stay home, keep learning. Thank you.